Walk down the right street in Glasgow, and you will find yourself staring at a building that time simply forgot. A rusted gate, boarded windows, walls swallowed by decades of ivy. And behind all of it, a story that most people walking past have absolutely no idea about. Glasgow is one of the most historically rich cities in the entire United Kingdom, and yet, scattered throughout its streets and neighborhoods are places that have been left to crumble, to decay, and to slowly disappear. Some of them were once filled with thousands of people. Some of them shaped the entire direction of this city. And some of them are hiding secrets that will genuinely surprise you. Today we are counting down 10 abandoned places in Glasgow that are still standing right now. And trust me, by the end of this video, you are going to look at this city in a completely different way. Let's get into it. Number 10. Jordan Hill Railway Station. Most people in Glasgow have never even heard of this one, and that is exactly what makes it so fascinating. Jordan Hill Station was once a fully operational stop on the Stop Cross branch of the Caledonian Railway network, serving the western suburbs of the city. It opened back in the late 19th century, and for decades it quietly went about its business, connecting commuters to the city center. But passenger numbers gradually declined, and by 1981 the station closed its doors for the final time. What is remarkable is that the physical structure of the station is still there. The platform, the stonework, sections of the old infrastructure, all of it sitting quietly in plain sight if you know where to look. Nature has started doing what nature always does, creeping in through every crack and slowly reclaiming the space. It is one of those places where you can genuinely feel the weight of all the ordinary days that happen there. Number 9. The Govan Graving Docks. Now, we are getting into something truly extraordinary. The Govan Graving Docks sit on the south bank of the River Clyde, and they represent one of the most significant pieces of industrial heritage anywhere in Scotland. These docks were built in the Victorian era, specifically to allow ships to be brought out of the water for repair and maintenance. And at their peak, they were absolutely central to Glasgow's identity as a shipbuilding powerhouse. 3 massive dry docks, each one cut into the riverbank, capable of holding enormous vessels. The engineering involved in building them was considered remarkable for its time. But as shipbuilding declined across the Clyde, the docks fell into disuse. They have been sitting in various states of abandonment for decades now. The stone walls, the pumping mechanisms, the sheer scale of the place. It is all still there. There have been numerous proposals over the years to redevelop the site, and some conservation work has taken place. But as of right now, these docks remain largely frozen in time. Walking past them, you get this overwhelming sense of a city that was once the engine room of an empire. Number 8. The former Glasgow City Poorhouse on Barn Hill. The very word poorhouse carries enormous historical baggage, and rightly so. This institution, which later became Barn Hill Poorhouse and eventually transformed through various uses over the decades, represents a deeply uncomfortable chapter in Glasgow's social history. Tens of thousands of the city's most vulnerable people passed through institutions like this one during the Victorian era, when poverty was widespread, and the safety nets we take for granted today simply did not exist. The building has gone through various iterations and uses, but significant portions of the original structure remain standing and have sat unused for extended periods. It is one of those places where the architecture itself feels heavy with the lives of people who had nowhere else to turn. Glasgow's population exploded during the Industrial Revolution, and sites like this tell you exactly what happened to the people who did not benefit from all that growth. Number 7. The Caledonian Railway Goods Yard at College Goods Station. Glasgow was once crisscrossed by an elaborate network of freight lines, sidings, and goods yards that kept the city's economy moving. The College Goods Station was part of this infrastructure, handling enormous volumes of commercial freight in the heart of the city. As road transport became dominant and rail freight declined, these yards became economically redundant. The structures left behind are a fascinating record of industrial architecture from an era when Glasgow was a genuine commercial giant. Brick warehouses, loading bays, the remnants of rail infrastructure, parts of this complex have lingered in the partial use or outright abandonment. It sits in an area of the city that has seen significant redevelopment pressure, which means the clock has been ticking on what remains for a long time. Number 6. St. Enoch Underground Station. Here is one that might genuinely shock you if you use the Glasgow subway regularly. St. Enoch was one of the original stations on the Glasgow District subway, which opened in 1896, making it one of the oldest underground railways in the world. The station served passengers for decades before it was closed in 1977 as part of a major modernization program for the entire subway network. And here is the thing that blows people's minds when they find out. The old station still exists underground. The tunnels, the platforms, the infrastructure from the Victorian era, buried beneath the city, sealed off, sitting in darkness. There is something deeply atmospheric about the idea of an entire underground station just existing down there beneath the streets, while thousands of people walk above it every single day completely unaware. Glasgow's subway is sometimes called the Clockwork Orange because of its bright orange trains, but beneath the modern network lies this hidden layer of history that most passengers will never see. Number 5. The former Maryhill Barracks. Maryhill Barracks has one of the most dramatic histories of any site on this list. Built in the mid-19th century, it became a major military installation that housed regiments connected to some of the most significant conflicts in British history. The barracks complex was substantial, covering a significant area in the north of the city, and it shaped the local community around it for generations. When it finally closed as a military facility, it left behind a vast collection of buildings, some of which were partially repurposed, while others fell into neglect. Fires, vandalism, and structural deterioration took their toll over the years. Significant redevelopment has happened around the site, but elements of the original barracks infrastructure have proven stubbornly persistent. The history embedded in those walls, the regiments that trained there, the soldiers who passed through. It connects Glasgow to a global story of empire, war, and tremendous human cost. Number 4. The Botanic Gardens, Kibble Palace adjacent glass houses. Now, before anyone gets upset, the Kibble Palace itself is very much open and beautifully restored. But this entry is about the associated glasshouse structures and ancillary buildings within and around the Botanic Gardens that have spent significant periods in states of disrepair and neglect. The Botanic Gardens as a whole have had phases where resources were stretched and maintenance fell behind. Some of the lesser-known structures on the grounds have deteriorated significantly. The contrast between the gleaming restored centerpiece and the forgotten corners of the same estate is a story in itself. It reflects a broader tension in how cities choose to allocate preservation resources, deciding which pieces of history deserve saving and which ones get quietly left behind. Number 3. The former Victoria Infirmary and Battlefield. This one is genuinely heartbreaking if you have any connection to the south side of Glasgow. The Victoria Infirmary opened in 1890 and served the city's south side population for over a century. Generations of Glaswegians were born there, had surgery there, recovered from illness there, said goodbye to family members there. The hospital closed in 2009 when services were transferred to the New South Glasgow University Hospital, and since then, large portions of the original Victorian building have been sitting empty. The main building, with its distinctive red sandstone architecture, is a genuinely beautiful piece of late Victorian design. There have been various proposals for its future, with some conversion work beginning on parts of the site. But significant sections of this beloved local institution have been left to deteriorate, which has caused enormous frustration among people who grew up in the area. When a building carries that much collective memory, watching it decay feels almost personal. Number 2. The former British Rail Engineering Works at Springburn. Springburn. If you know anything about Glasgow's industrial history, that name means something. This area in the north of the city was once considered the locomotive building capital of the world. That is not an exaggeration. At the height of production, the works in Springburn were producing steam locomotives that went on to operate on railways across every continent on the planet. The sheer scale and global reach of what was manufactured here is almost impossible to comprehend today. But deindustrialization hit Springburn harder than almost anywhere else in Glasgow. The works closed, the jobs disappeared, and what was left behind was an industrial ghost town. The physical footprint of those works, the buildings, the infrastructure, Various remnants of what was once a world-class manufacturing complex have sat in varying states of abandonment for decades. The community around it paid an enormous social price for that collapse, and the empty buildings became a constant visible reminder of everything that was lost. This is arguably the most historically significant abandoned industrial site in the entire city. And the #1 abandoned place in Glasgow, still standing today, is the former Rangers Football Club training ground, at Ibrox area complexes and associated club infrastructure. Actually, let me correct that, because the most iconic and genuinely extraordinary abandoned site in Glasgow right now is Copland Road, and the associated older infrastructure around the Ibrox district. But the real #1 has to be the Gorbals' former Crown Street regeneration project remnants, and specifically the older tenement blocks and community structures that survived demolition in the surrounding areas. You know what? Let me be completely straight with you, because this is the one that deserves the top spot without any confusion. The abandoned Victoria Baths in the Govan Hill area. The Govan Hill Baths. Built in 1914, this stunning red sandstone building was one of Glasgow's great public swimming facilities. It served a working-class community for decades, providing access to bathing facilities at a time when many homes in the area had no bathrooms. The baths closed in 2001, after the council decided it was too expensive to maintain. The community fought back hard against the closure, staging one of the most determined occupations and campaigns in Glasgow's recent history. That community battle became famous. The building has been partially restored through the incredible efforts of the Govan Hill Baths Community Trust, but large sections of the interior remain unrestored, and the full project is ongoing. What makes this #1 is not just the architecture or the history. It is the fact that an entire community refused to let their building die without a fight. There is something in that story that tells you everything you need to know about the character of Glasgow itself. And that is it. 10 places in this city that are still standing, still breathing in their own way, still holding on to the stories of everyone who passed through them. Glasgow has a complicated relationship with its own past. It has demolished buildings that deserved to survive and fought to save buildings that others would have written off. It has reinvented itself multiple times over while somehow keeping one foot in everything that came before. The places on this list are more than just interesting locations for urban explorers to photograph. They are evidence. Evidence of the people who built this city, the industries that powered it, the communities that lived within it, and the choices that were made about what gets preserved and what gets left behind. If any of these places caught your attention today, I genuinely encourage you to go and find out more about them, because every single one of them has 10 times more story than I could fit into this video. And if you have been to any of these locations yourself, or if you know of abandoned places in Glasgow that you think should have made this list, drop it in the comments below, because I read every single one. Subscribe if you want more deep dives into forgotten places and hidden history, and I will see you in the next one.